Always.
Hi.
So, hi, Christelle.
Long time no see.
Long time no see. I know. So we wanted to make different clips for each classes.
Yeah.
So that everybody that's curious about what each and every one of the classes that you're coming to San Diego to facilitate.
And it gets its own spotlight. It's like,
yeah. So let's talk about foundation.
I love foundation. How do you like foundation? Do you love it?
Oh, wow. Where do I start?
I know. And because you're a facilitator too. And I'm so grateful that you wanted to have these conversations and contribute, because I was like, hey, you facilitate this class, Mama, like go. But it's such a gift, this class, and every facilitator is different. Every class is different. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm very excited that you're coming to San Diego. There's a lot of people that show up in my classes that are like, what else is happening in San Diego? They get really excited and they want to have more classes, different topics, different energies, different facilitators. So I'm really excited. And I know many of the clients that have been in my classes already know you and are your fans. So I know San Diego is like really excited for you coming. So
where do we start with foundation? Oh my God. So how do you describe foundation? And then I'll describe it.
So great.
Or I'll go first.
Yeah. So for me, foundation, the first thing that is really, what is the word?
Life-changing, earth-shattering.
Yes. Every foundation, the common denominator is like the changes after the class.
Yeah.
It's as if, at least it was for me like that. And then for the clients that what they share with me is becoming more aware of what we truly desire as our life.
Yeah.
And then having the ease with just choosing that.
Yeah.
And so after that, there's so many, at least for me, so many things that I started just either changing or creating, moving around my life so that it works more for me.
Exactly. And that's exactly what I tell people. I'm like, it's a 4-day class where we shatter the foundation of your current reality. Truly, truly. If you feel uncomfortable, that's normal, because we're really going after it. So that you can have a platform off of which that you can create what really works for you. I know for me, and I don't know about you, but for me, when I came into foundation, I was at the end of what I knew how to do to create a different life. I had a very limited menu of things I knew to do. So when I found foundation, I was in my second major career. My first major career was hospitality. So I worked as a server and a bartender and a manager for like 15, 20 years. Then I got a degree in theology that I didn't use. And then after I was in restaurants for a while, I was like, I need a new career. So I got educated in landscape design, and I was a landscape designer for a little while. But it didn't turn out to be as interesting as I thought it would. And by the time and in the middle, I got separated from my second husband, where I got that certification. And so I was really, really, really looking to change my life. And I had gotten clear on a couple things, that I wanted something that was interesting, and I wanted something where I could change people's lives. Mm-hmm. And those were the two things. And in an effort to do that, I chose something. I went and actually got accepted to a nutrition school. I was like, I'm going to go get my new degree in nutrition, and I'm going to do this other modality with people that had been done on me. Like I was doing what I knew. Yeah. But when you aren't being taught how to create from question, or the possibilities that are available, your menu is really limited, because you have to depend on your past experience for ideas. You're referencing things because that's all you know how to do. It's like, well, I don't know, my cousin did this, and the lady that worked on me did this. I guess I'll go do that. And so by the time I got to foundation, I had gotten accepted to school. I had someone to buy my car. I was moving out of my apartment. I was already ready to totally change my life. And then I took foundation, and I'm like, holy shit. Like, okay, first of all, you can change things in 2.5 seconds and it doesn't take you 20 years of therapy. Okay. What?
Yeah.
And number two, you mean I do this for a living? Like I can actually sit here and pocket pot people and like go through this amazing manual over and over. I'm like, sign me up. Where do I go? Like now. And I got out of that class and I was totally different. And I ended up canceling my application to nutrition school, which had taken me quite a bit of work to get.
Yeah, I know.
And I like called my landlord and I'm like, never mind, I'm staying. And I canceled my car being shipped. And I was like, I am going to do this because holy shit, is this effective? Yeah, it was very dramatic for me. And in 8 months, I became a facilitator.
Because it is this dramatic. Like, it's drastic, the changes. And so I think the first time that I realized how fast these tools change is when I first learned the bars.
Yes.
And I was a psychotherapist at that time in Mexico, and I had a client base, and I would just ask them, hey, can I run this on you that I just learned? Then suddenly I realized how every time that I will run the bars, it'll be such a jump. So next session, they would show up with all of these awarenesses and changes, and that I knew it would have taken many more months just to get there. If we get there, exactly.
If we get there, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So I actually, the first person I ran it on was with a girl that I was already going to refer to somebody else because she was not lowering the resistances and not opening up. And I knew that it should have been time by now. So I was about to just refer her to somebody else. And that's who I chose. And the changes was amazing. She came to just 3 more sessions and then done.
She's good. She got what she needed.
Yes. She had this issue with the mom and whatever. Many years, therapist, nothing moving. And then suddenly she's like, I have all this awareness around with my mom, and then got pregnant. She had an in vitro session like 3 or 4 months after that. 3 more sessions, Crystal.
Yeah. No, I know. I think in that my first 4-day foundation that I took, forget facilitating it, because that's a whole other gift. But the first one, I remember changing things that I had literally been working on for like my whole life. Like since I got into therapy, like 25 years, I'd been working on this thing. And after 1 or 2 days in foundation, it was literally just different. Like I couldn't even find the same things to talk about because it was just gone. And the real test was after the class for me, because I was used to like, okay, fine, we feel better during the session. But the test was to go back into my life and see if it changed back, right? Because feeling good after the session is one thing, going back into your life.
Exactly.
I was different. I wasn't choosing the same. I wasn't creating the same. Like it had changed forever. And that was really what sold me on it. It sold me on it before foundation, actually, because I got my bars run and had some processing. And I was like, what is this stuff? Like, what is happening?
I know. And I'm glad that you mentioned that, because one of the, when I get the awareness that I had all of these capacities, and then I was more interested into what was, this out there, which modalities were out there, I started like exploring different ones. And one of my criteria was I need to bring something that it's not just cool and fun and entertaining. It needs to give results, because
it has to work. Otherwise, what are we doing?
Yeah, I know that they have to do their part. That's something they knew from the beginning. But at least the technique that I'm offering, I need to know that it was providing that change, that it works. Exactly. So this, I was so like every time amazed with not just the changes and the amazing tools, but the ease around it. And it's so much fun.
Much fun. Yeah. And foundation is a mix of education, of things you never had put into words for yourself that you always knew something must else be possible. It's this mix of education and these incredible change. Like, and I think we need both, because like, I remember like after I don't know how many foundations I facilitated or taken at that point, but I was like, we should have come with this manual strapped to our ass when we came out of the womb. Like this, we were not told what and who we are, you know, like I remember the very first time that I was exposed to the conversation of human humanoid. I just thought I was fucked up. And everyone around me thought I was fucked up. And so I was, that was corroborated. I was like, well, I guess I'm just a mess, you know? And then I get to foundation and they're like, well, what if you're just different? And I'm like, what? Like, tell me more, you know? So, well, are you human or a humanoid? I'm a humanoid. What is that? You know? So all these different things that I had just judged about me and made myself wrong for, just turned out to be these differences that once I got a hold of them, I could actually use in a different way. Wow. What a gift. So I can't recommend that class enough. I think that should be required. Instead of sending us to math and geometry, they should send us to foundation, honestly.
Yes. I agree.
Yeah, the best.
Yeah. So I'm excited. When is your foundation in San Diego?
In San Diego, the foundation is February 17th through the 20th, 2023. And if you're watching this in the future or after that, just accessconsciousness.com, find a facilitator, or accessconsciousness.com/Crystal Crawford, or accessconsciousness.com/Ingrid Dallet.
Yes.
I mean, you will know the class and you will know the facilitator that will change things for you. And I want you to follow what you know. So yes, come to San Diego. Follow what you know.
Yes. And there's a lot of, so I want everyone to know that www.accessconsciousness.com, and then you can go into classes or facilitator classes menu, something like that.
Classes, you can search facilitator.
You'll find in the Access Consciousness webpage that calendar of events. And then you can search by city, you can search by facilitators. Many of them have a link to a profile if you want to know more about them. Many have social media with, like you, Crystal, have so many videos that they can, look into and learn, but also get to know you and explore. There's this huge menu of options that whatever works for you.
Totally. So you're more than welcome to come, except just be ready to be different after.
Beware,
you might be happier.
Okay, thank you, Crystal. So
you're welcome. See you soon.